are top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. What if I told you there are 10 rock songs that almost everybody knows? Even people who don't consider themselves rock fans. You know the songs. You've heard them blasting from car stereos. You've heard them at parties, at weddings, in stadiums, on the radio. Maybe your parents played them. Maybe your friends introduced you to them. And maybe, just maybe, you've screamed the lyrics yourself. But here's the challenge. Can you guess all 10 before we reveal them? Because this countdown isn't simply about the greatest rock songs ever recorded. It's about the songs that became part of everyday life. The opening guitar riff that makes an entire room turn around.
Just a small town girl.
The piano intro that makes everybody start singing. The drum beat that tells you exactly what's coming. The guitar solo you've tried to play, even if you probably shouldn't have attempted it in public. We're talking about songs that cross generations. Songs released decades ago that are still being discovered by teenagers today. But there's a twist. The order is going to be controversial. Some of you are going to agree immediately. Some of you are going to be screaming at the screen, "How is that not number one?" And honestly, that's exactly what I want. Because this isn't just my countdown. It's a conversation with the rock community. We're bringing together legendary bands, unforgettable voices, massive riffs, emotional ballads, and songs that can turn thousands of strangers into one giant choir.
There's a songbird who sings.
But don't assume the obvious song is taking the crown, because number one has to earn it. And somewhere in this countdown are songs that defined entire generations. Songs that transformed bands into superstars. Songs whose guitar riffs became practically impossible to escape.
Those who stand looking.
And one song so ambitious that it completely ignored the traditional rules of rock songwriting. We're going from number 10 all the way to number 1. And I want you to make a prediction right now. What song do you think deserves the crown? Don't change your answer later. Put it in the comments before we start. Then watch until the end and see if you were right. And if one of your favorites isn't here, don't leave yet. Tell us what we missed. Because the best rock conversations happen when fans disagree. So hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications if you want more countdowns celebrating the bands, songs, albums, concerts, guitarists, and moments that made rock history. Now turn up the volume. Forget the arguments for a moment. Forget the rankings. Just remember what these songs mean to you. Because when the first note hits, you won't need anyone to tell you what song it is. You already know. 10 songs, 10 legends, 1 number 1 classic. Let's find out which song takes the crown. And trust me, you'll want to be here when we reach number 1. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 10, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. What if one guitar riff could make an entire generation stop and listen? 4 explosive drum hits, a distorted guitar, and suddenly, rock music would never sound quite the same again. At number 10 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. But here's the question. How did a song that wasn't supposed to become a mainstream anthem turn into one of the most recognizable rock songs ever? Let's go back. Released in 1991 as the opening track of Nirvana's breakthrough album Nevermind, Smells Like Teen Spirit arrived at exactly the right moment. The rock world was changing. Hair metal dominated radio. Pop was everywhere. But underneath the surface, a new generation wanted something rawer, something louder, something that felt real. Then came Kurt Cobain's guitar riff. Simple, dirty, unforgettable. Behind him, Chris Novoselic's bass gave the song its enormous foundation, while Dave Grohl's drumming turned every chorus into an explosion. And that's where the magic happens. The verses pull you in. Then the chorus hits like a freight train. Loud, powerful, unstoppable. The song became the breakthrough moment for Nirvana and helped push Seattle's grunge movement into the global mainstream. And suddenly, the musical landscape changed. Record labels started searching for alternative bands. Young musicians picked up guitars. And millions of listeners discovered that rock didn't need perfect hair, flashy costumes, or polished production to dominate the world. It just needed attitude. But here's something fascinating. Smells Like Teen Spirit wasn't simply successful because it was loud. It had contrast, quiet verses, explosive choruses. A memorable riff, Grohl's thunderous drums, and Cobain's unmistakable voice sitting somewhere between melody, frustration, and outright rebellion. That's why you can hear the opening seconds today and immediately know what song is coming. You don't need the singer to say the title. You don't even need the chorus. That riff tells you everything. And Nevermind went on to become one of the defining albums of the early 90s. So why is this song number 10? Because this list isn't about which songs are best. It's about songs that everyone knows. And whether you're a lifelong Nirvana fan or someone who rarely listens to grunge, there's a good chance you've heard that riff. Maybe at a party, maybe on the radio, maybe in a movie, maybe from someone blasting it from their bedroom. And that's the power of an iconic rock song. It doesn't ask permission to become part of your life. It just does. Now let's hear from the rock community. Is Smells Like Teen Spirit the right song to kick off this countdown? And what's your favorite Nirvana track? Drop it below. Like, if this song belongs on the list, share it with a fellow rock fan, and subscribe for the next entry, because we've got 9 more songs everybody knows. And trust me, the higher we go, the harder it's going to be to predict number 1. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 9, Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. You don't need to know the name of the band. You don't need to know the lyrics. You don't even need to be a guitar player. Play 4 notes, and millions of rock fans instantly know what's coming. At number 9 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. But the incredible part? Those famous 4 notes came from a real-life disaster. In December 1971, Deep Purple were in Switzerland preparing to record their next album. They were staying near Montreux, with plans to use the Rolling Stones' mobile recording studio. Then everything went wrong. During a Frank Zappa concert at the Montreux Casino, a fan fired a flare gun into the building. The casino caught fire. The flames destroyed the venue, and smoke spread across Lake Geneva. Watching the disaster from across the lake, Deep Purple's Roger Glover reportedly came up with the phrase that would become the song's title, "Smoke on the Water." But the story was only beginning. The band eventually recorded their album Machine Head in the area, and guitarist Ritchie Blackmore created one of the most recognizable riffs in rock history. Those four descending power chord figures became the heartbeat of the song. And here's what makes the riff so brilliant. It's incredibly simple. You don't need to be a virtuoso to play it, but try to find a rock fan who doesn't recognize it. That's the magic. Then Ian Gillan's vocals come crashing in. John Lord's keyboards add weight. Roger Glover's bass locks everything together. And Ian Pace's drumming gives the song that unmistakable Deep Purple drive. Released in 1972, Smoke on the Water became one of the band's signature songs and eventually became an essential part of rock culture. And the riff? It became practically a guitar initiation ceremony. For generations of beginners, learning those opening notes was almost a rite of passage. Walk into a guitar shop and play that riff, and there's a good chance somebody will yell, "Stop playing Smoke on the Water." But jokes aside, that's exactly why this song belongs here. It's more than a hit. It's a song whose opening seconds can communicate with people who don't even consider themselves rock fans. You hear it, and you know, that's what makes a classic. And Deep Purple proved that sometimes the most powerful musical ideas aren't complicated. Sometimes, 4 notes are enough to make history. Now I want to hear from the guitar players and rock fans. Was Smoke on the Water the first rock riff you ever learned? And if not, what song was it? Tell us in the comments. Like, if this riff belongs on the list, share it with someone who learned it on guitar, and subscribe for number 8. Because we've got 8 more songs everybody knows, and the next one has a guitar riff you can recognize in about 2 seconds. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 8, The Rolling Stones, Paint It Black. What if a rock song could sound dark, dangerous, mysterious, and completely unforgettable all at once? One opening sound, one hypnotic rhythm. And suddenly, you know exactly what song is coming. At number 8 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, The Rolling Stones, Paint It Black. But here's the twist. This isn't the Rolling Stones most people expect. Released in 1966, Paint It Black marked one of the most adventurous moments in the Rolling Stones' early career. Instead of simply delivering another blues-based rock song, the Stones created something darker, more atmospheric, and surprisingly experimental. And the first thing you notice? That sitar. Brian Jones' sitar immediately gives the song an exotic, haunting sound that separates it from almost everything else on the radio at the time. Then comes Charlie Watts' relentless drumming, Keith Richards' guitar, Bill Wyman's bass, and Mick Jagger's intense vocal performance. Together, they created something that sounded almost hypnotic. The song's dark atmosphere matched its lyrics, which deal with grief, loss, and a desperate desire to escape the world around the narrator. But musically, it was revolutionary. Paint It Black became the Stones' first US #1 single and also topped the UK charts. Suddenly, one of rock's biggest bands had taken psychedelic and Eastern musical influences and pushed them directly into mainstream rock. And here's why the song has lasted. That opening rhythm doesn't simply introduce the song. It pulls you in. The drums keep driving forward. The bass creates tension. The sitar creates mystery. And Jagger sounds almost possessed. It's a completely different side of the Rolling Stones from songs like Satisfaction. And that's what made the band so dangerous. They could change direction. They could experiment. They could take risks and still make songs that millions of people wanted to hear.
I want to paint it black.
Decades later, Paint It Black remained everywhere. Movies, television, video games, radio, and countless rock playlists. The song even introduced generations of younger listeners to one of the Stones' most adventurous periods. That's the mark of a truly iconic song. You don't need to hear the entire track. Give someone those first few seconds. And they'll probably recognize it. Now let's hear from the Stones fans. Is Paint It Black the most underrated classic Rolling Stones hit? Or is there another Stones song that deserves this spot? And what's your favorite Stones song? Drop it in the comments. Like if Paint It Black belongs on this countdown, share it with another Stones fan, and subscribe for number 7. Because we're climbing higher, and the next song is one of those tracks where the first guitar notes are enough to make an entire crowd start singing. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 7, Bon Jovi, Livin' on a Prayer. You hear the opening keyboard, then that unmistakable guitar comes in, and before the singer even reaches the chorus, you already know exactly what's coming. At number 7 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, Bon Jovi, Livin' on a Prayer. But here's the question. How did a song about two ordinary people struggling to survive become one of the biggest sing-alongs in rock history? Let's turn it up. Released in 1986 on Bon Jovi's blockbuster album Slippery When Wet, Livin' on a Prayer wasn't just another rock single. It became an anthem. At the heart of the song are Tommy and Gina, two young people facing financial problems, uncertainty, and a future that doesn't look particularly promising. Tommy has lost his job. Gina is working hard to keep them going. They don't have much, but they still have each other. And then comes the message that made millions of people connect with the song. Hold on, don't give up. Musically, Bon Jovi knew exactly how to make that message explode. John Bon Jovi's powerful vocals sit on top of Richie Sambora's guitar, Alec John Such's bass, Tico Torres's drums, and David Bryan's keyboards. The verses build the story. The tension rises. Then, boom! The chorus arrives. And suddenly, everyone is singing. But here's one of the coolest moments in the song. That famous key change near the end. Just when you think you've reached the peak, the song climbs even higher. The final chorus hits with even more energy, turning a great rock song into a massive arena anthem. And that's why Livin' on a Prayer became so much bigger than a single. It crossed generations. Parents knew it. Their kids knew it. Then their kids discovered it. And decades after its release, people still scream the chorus at concerts, parties, sporting events, bars, weddings, and anywhere else a crowd wants to sing together. That's the real power of this song. You don't simply listen to Livin' on a Prayer, you participate in it. The moment that chorus begins, the audience becomes part of the performance. And Richie Sambora's guitar work gives the song just enough hard rock muscle to keep it from becoming ordinary pop. The result? A song that combines storytelling, melody, guitar, keyboards, huge vocals, and one unforgettable chorus. That's why it belongs on a list of classic rock songs everyone knows. You might not even know every verse, but when that chorus arrives, everybody suddenly becomes a Bon Jovi fan. Now let's settle this, rock fans. Is Livin' on a Prayer Bon Jovi's greatest song? Or does another track deserve the crown? And be honest, do you sing the entire chorus when this comes on? Tell us in the comments. Like, if this anthem belongs on the list, share it with someone who always sings along, and subscribe for number 6. Because we're getting closer to the top, and the next song has one of the most famous guitar solos in classic rock history. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 6, Journey, Don't Stop Believin'.
Born and raised right here in Houston.
There are rock songs you remember, and then there are songs where the first few seconds instantly take you somewhere. That opening piano, that bass line, that voice. And suddenly, an entire crowd is singing. At number 6 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. But here's the crazy part. When it was released, nobody knew it would become the timeless anthem it is today. Released in 1981 on Journey's album Escape, Don't Stop Believin' brought together 3 of the band's greatest weapons: Steve Perry's extraordinary voice, Neil Sean's guitar, and Jonathan Cain's unforgettable piano. But the song wasn't built like a typical rock anthem. It starts quietly. A piano progression, a steady rhythm. Then, the story begins. A small-town girl, a city boy. Strangers searching for something bigger. They're traveling through the night, surrounded by people they've never met, chasing that feeling that maybe something better is waiting ahead. And then the band starts building. The drums become stronger. The bass pushes forward. Neil Sean's guitar begins adding color. Steve Perry's voice rises. And eventually, that chorus hits. Don't Stop Believin'. It's simple, it's hopeful, and it's almost impossible not to sing along. But there's another fascinating detail about this song. The famous chorus doesn't actually arrive until very late in the recording. Instead of giving listeners the hook immediately, Journey spends much of the song building anticipation. That's one reason the track feels like it's constantly moving forward. You're waiting, waiting, waiting. And then finally, Don't Stop Believin'. The song became a signature Journey recording, but its journey through popular culture was far from over. Years after its release, it experienced a remarkable resurgence. It appeared in television, movies, sporting events, karaoke bars, weddings, parties, and countless stadiums. And something incredible happened. A new generation adopted it. People who weren't even born when Journey recorded it were suddenly screaming every word. That's the definition of a classic. A song doesn't remain alive because of nostalgia alone. It survives because new people keep discovering it. And that's exactly what happened with Don't Stop Believin'. Steve Perry's vocals give it emotion. Jonathan Cain's piano gives it identity. Neil Sean's guitar gives it rock credibility. And that chorus? That's where the entire room becomes one voice. You can be in a stadium with 50,000 people, or sitting in a car alone. And those opening notes can instantly trigger the same reaction. That's why Don't Stop Believin' belongs on this list. It isn't just a Journey song anymore. It's part of rock culture. Now let's settle this, rock fans. Is Don't Stop Believin' Journey's greatest song? Or does Separate Ways, Open Arms, Faithfully, or another Journey classic deserve the crown? And be honest, have you ever not sung along to that chorus? Tell us below. Like if Journey belongs on this countdown, share this with someone who knows every word, and subscribe for number 5, because we're getting closer to the top. And the next song features one of the most legendary guitar solos ever recorded. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 5, Eagles, Hotel California. What happens when a song becomes so iconic that the opening guitar melody is recognizable before anyone sings a single word? A mysterious story, a haunting atmosphere, and one of the greatest guitar endings in rock history. At number 5 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, The Eagles, Hotel California. But here's the question. What exactly is this mysterious Hotel California everyone keeps talking about? Released in 1976 as the title track of the Eagles' 5th studio album, Hotel California became one of the defining songs of classic rock. And right from the beginning, the song feels different. A quiet guitar progression, a steady rhythm. Then Don Henley's voice enters with a story that feels almost like a movie. A traveler driving through the California desert, the sun going down, a mysterious place appearing in the distance. And then comes the line that pulls you deeper into the story. This could be heaven, or this could be hell. Suddenly, you're not just listening to a rock song, you're inside a mystery. The song was written by Don Felder, Don Henley, and Glenn Frey, with Felder's guitar progression providing the foundation. But the real magic comes from how the Eagles built the arrangement. There's acoustic guitar, electric guitar, bass, drums, percussion, and Henley's unmistakable vocals. Everything sounds polished, but underneath it is something unsettling. The lyrics have been interpreted in countless ways. Some hear a story about excess and temptation. Others hear commentary on the darker side of the California lifestyle and the American dream. And that's part of the reason the song has lasted. It doesn't give you one simple answer. It makes you wonder. But then, the guitars take over, and what happens at the end is legendary. Joe Walsh and Don Felder trade and harmonize guitar lines before building toward that extended closing guitar passage. It's not simply a guitar solo. It's a conversation between two guitars. One phrase answers another. The intensity keeps rising, and just when you think it's over, the guitars keep climbing. The ending became one of the most studied and admired guitar moments in classic rock. But here's what makes Hotel California truly special. You don't need to be able to explain the lyrics. You don't need to know every guitar note. You don't even need to be a huge Eagles fan. Play that opening, and people know. Play the final guitar section, and guitar fans immediately start paying attention. That's what an iconic song does. It becomes bigger than the band, bigger than the album. It becomes part of the culture. Hotel California won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year, and remains one of the Eagles' signature recordings. And decades later, people are still debating what the song actually means. That's why it belongs at number 5, because everyone knows it, but almost nobody experiences it the same way. Now let's hear from the rock community. Is Hotel California one of the greatest rock songs ever? Or is it overrated? And be honest, what grabs you more, the mysterious lyrics or that legendary guitar ending? Drop your answer below. Like if Hotel California belongs on this countdown, share it with another classic rock fan, and subscribe for number 4. Because we're entering the top 4, and from here on, every song is a monster. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 4, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child O' Mine. One guitar riff. That's all it took. The moment those opening notes hit, millions of people know exactly what's coming next. But here's the crazy part. That legendary riff wasn't even supposed to become the centerpiece of a massive rock anthem. At number 4 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child O' Mine. And this song turned a young Los Angeles rock band into global superstars. Released in 1987 on Guns N' Roses' explosive debut album Appetite for Destruction, Sweet Child O' Mine sounded completely different from much of the polished rock dominating the era. It was raw, dangerous, loud, and completely unpredictable. At the center of it all was Slash's instantly recognizable guitar riff. That opening melody almost sounds like it's floating, until the rest of the band crashes in. Duff McKagan's bass, Steven Adler's drums, and then Axl Rose's voice enters and takes the song somewhere completely different. But here's what makes the song so interesting. It wasn't originally written as some carefully planned rock masterpiece. The famous guitar intro began almost like a guitar exercise. Slash was playing around with the pattern when the band started developing it into a song. Then Axl Rose heard the music and wrote lyrics inspired by his then-girlfriend, Erin Everly. Suddenly, Guns N' Roses had something unusual, a song that combined hard rock aggression with genuine vulnerability. The verses are relatively restrained. Then the chorus opens up, and Axl's voice rises above everything. But wait for the guitar solo. That's where Slash takes over. Instead of simply repeating the main riff, he builds the solo gradually, bending notes and increasing the intensity until the whole song reaches its emotional peak. And that balance is what made Sweet Child O' Mine so powerful. It could be played on rock radio, but it still sounded dangerous.
Where do we go?
It could fill an arena, but it still felt personal. And Appetite for Destruction eventually became one of the best-selling albums in music history.
Oh, where do we go now?
The song itself went all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, giving Guns N' Roses their first, and only, US number 1 single. But its biggest achievement may be what happened afterward. That opening guitar riff became one of the most recognizable sounds in rock. You can hear just a few seconds, and people immediately know, Sweet Child O' Mine. That's the definition of an iconic song. And decades later, new generations continue discovering it. Teenagers pick up guitars and learn Slash's intro. Crowds scream the chorus, and rock fans still wait for that final guitar explosion. This isn't just a song from the late 80s. It's a piece of rock history. Now let's settle this, rock fans. Is Sweet Child O' Mine Guns N' Roses' greatest song?
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Or should Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, or another GNR classic take its place? And most importantly, how many times have you tried to play that opening riff? Tell us in the comments. Like if this song belongs here, share it with a fellow rock fan, and subscribe for number 3. We're almost at the top, and the next song is one of the most legendary rock anthems ever recorded.
Hello, Johnny Chan, how you doing?
Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 3, AC/DC, Back in Black.
Hit the sack.
3 guitar chords, 1 drum beat, 1 unforgettable scream. And suddenly, the entire room knows exactly what song is coming. At number 3 on our countdown of classic rock songs everyone knows, AC/DC, Back in Black. But this isn't just a rock song, it's one of the greatest comebacks in music history. Released in 1980, Back in Black was the title track of AC/DC's legendary album Back in Black. But the story behind it begins with tragedy. AC/DC's original lead singer, Bon Scott, died in February 1980. The band could have stopped. They could have walked away. Instead, they went back into the studio. They recruited Brian Johnson as their new lead singer and recorded an album that would become a tribute to Scott and a defining moment in hard rock. Then came that riff, Angus Young's guitar. Clean, heavy, precise. No unnecessary tricks, just pure rock and roll power. Behind him, Malcolm Young's rhythm guitar creates the foundation that makes the entire song hit so hard. Then Brian Johnson's voice explodes into the track. It's raw, it's gritty, it's unmistakable. And the rhythm section keeps everything moving with absolute precision. But here's the genius of Back in Black. It doesn't need to be complicated. The riff is simple enough to remember almost immediately. The beat is impossible not to move to. And the chorus feels like a declaration. AC/DC wasn't finished. They were just getting started again. The Back in Black album became a worldwide phenomenon, and eventually one of the best-selling albums in music history. And the title track became one of AC/DC's signature songs. But its influence goes far beyond sales. That guitar sound became a blueprint. Countless young musicians picked up guitars after hearing AC/DC. Bands across hard rock and heavy metal absorbed the band's stripped-down approach. No massive orchestra, no complicated production. Just guitars, drums, bass, vocals, and attitude. And that's why Back in Black remains so powerful. You can hear it in a stadium, at a sporting event, in a bar, on the radio, or blasting from someone's car. Those opening chords hit, and people immediately react. That's the definition of a classic. And there's something else about this song that makes it special. It's not sad. It doesn't sound defeated. It sounds like a band saying, "We're still here." And that's exactly what AC/DC did. They turned tragedy into a comeback. They turned a new singer into a new era. And they created a song that still makes people turn the volume all the way up. Now let's hear from the rock community. Is Back in Black AC/DC's greatest song? Or does Highway to Hell, Thunderstruck, or another AC/DC classic deserve this spot? And be honest. Do you turn the volume up when that opening riff hits? Tell us below, like if AC/DC belongs in the top 3, share this with another rock fan, and subscribe for number 2, because we're almost at the top, and the final 2 songs are absolute giants of classic rock. Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 2, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
He's buying the stairway to heaven.
What if the greatest classic rock song ever didn't even have a chorus? No huge repeated hook, no standard verse-chorus formula.
With a word she can get what?
Just 8 minutes of musical storytelling that builds from a quiet acoustic beginning to one of the most legendary guitar solos ever recorded.
But she wants to be sure.
At number 2, Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. And by the time this song reaches its final notes, you'll understand why generations of rock fans still argue about it.
Yes, indeed.
Released in 1971 on Led Zeppelin's untitled 4th album Stairway to Heaven, became one of the defining songs of classic rock.
Knows if the stars are all closed.
But here's what makes it extraordinary. It doesn't stay in one place. It evolves. The song begins quietly, with Jimmy Page's acoustic guitar creating an almost medieval, mystical atmosphere.
And the voices of those who stand.
Then comes Robert Plant's voice. At first, he's restrained, almost intimate, but slowly, the song begins to grow. John Paul Jones adds layers of instrumentation.
There's a sign on the wall.
John Bonham's drums eventually enter, and when they do, everything changes. The song gets heavier, the tempo rises, the tension builds, and then Jimmy Page's guitar solo arrives.
A stairway to heaven.
This isn't just a solo, it's a journey. Page starts with carefully chosen notes, gradually increasing the intensity until the guitar seems to take over the entire song. And then Plant delivers the climactic vocal section as Bonham's drums thunder underneath. The final section feels almost like a release. And then, silence. But here's the fascinating part.
Do you remember laughter?
Stairway to Heaven was never released as a traditional single in the United States. It became enormous through radio airplay, album sales, and word of mouth. There was no music video needed to make it famous. No flashy marketing campaign could have created what happened. The song simply spread, and musicians began studying it. Guitarists learned the intro. They learned the finger picking. They learned the solo. They learned every transition. For countless aspiring guitarists, learning Stairway to Heaven became almost a rite of passage. And the song's mysterious lyrics have kept listeners debating their meaning for decades. Is it about greed? Spiritual searching? Materialism? Something else entirely? Robert Plant has offered different perspectives over the years, but the song never gives you one simple answer. And perhaps that's why it remains so powerful. You can listen to it at 16, then again at 30, then again at 60, and hear something completely different. That's what separates a hit from a masterpiece. Stairway to Heaven became one of Led Zeppelin's defining recordings and one of the most recognizable compositions in rock history. It has the atmosphere, the musicianship, the build, the emotion, and perhaps most importantly, the guitar solo. So why is it number 2? Because there is only one song left. And if you think Stairway to Heaven should be number one, wait until you see who's taking the crown.
The piper's calling you, join him.
Now it's your turn. Should Stairway to Heaven be number one? Or is there another classic rock song that deserves the crown? And tell us honestly, is Jimmy Page's solo one of the greatest ever recorded?
Stairway lines and whispering wind.
Drop your answer below. Like if Stairway to Heaven belongs in the top two, share this with a Led Zeppelin fan, and subscribe for number one. Because there's only one song left, and you've heard it. You probably know every word.
Is this the real life?
Top 10 classic rock songs everyone knows. At number 1, Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Forget everything you think you know about a rock song. Because the song sitting at number 1 doesn't follow the rules. It isn't simply rock. It isn't simply a ballad. It isn't simply opera. It's all of them at once. And somehow, the entire world knows it. Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. But how did one of the strangest songs ever recorded become one of the most universally recognizable? Let's find out. Released in 1975 on Queen's album A Night at the Opera, Bohemian Rhapsody was unlike anything dominating rock radio at the time. There was no conventional chorus, no simple 3-minute structure. Instead, Freddie Mercury created something closer to a miniature musical drama. It begins quietly. Freddie's voice almost feels like a confession. Then the piano enters. The tension builds. And suddenly, the song changes completely. I'm Just a Poor Boy. Now we're in the operatic section. Dozens of vocal layers were recorded to create the enormous choir-like effect. Freddie Mercury, Brian May, and Roger Taylor stacked their voices again and again until 3 musicians sounded like an entire vocal ensemble. Then, boom, the guitars hit. Brian May's legendary guitar tone takes over.
I see a little silhouette.
The song transforms again into hard rock. And just when you think you've figured it out, it changes once more. That's the genius of Bohemian Rhapsody. It keeps surprising you.
Galileo, Galileo, Galileo.
But the most remarkable part may be that Queen didn't know whether radio stations would even play it. The song was almost 6 minutes long, far longer than the typical radio single. Yet audiences didn't care. They embraced it. The single became a massive international hit and topped the UK charts. Then came the music video. Queen performed the song's iconic visual sequences, and the video became one of the most recognizable promotional films in rock history. But the story didn't end there. Years later, Bohemian Rhapsody found an entirely new generation of fans. Its appearance in Wayne's World introduced the song to millions of younger listeners, while Queen's catalog continued reaching new audiences. Then came the 2018 film Bohemian Rhapsody. Suddenly, an entirely new generation was singing Freddie's lyrics. That's something very few songs accomplish. A song released in the 1970s can still become a cultural event decades later. And that's why Bohemian Rhapsody takes the #1 spot. It's theatrical, it's emotional, it's unpredictable, it's technically ambitious, it's completely unique. And most importantly, everyone knows it. You can play the piano opening. People recognize it. You can sing the opera section. People join in. You can shout the rock section. The crowd goes crazy. That's not just a song, that's a shared experience. And Freddie Mercury's performance gave it something no production trick could manufacture: personality. He didn't sound like he was following the rules. He sounded like he was creating his own. That's why, decades later, Bohemian Rhapsody remains one of the greatest examples of what rock music can become when musicians refuse to play it safe. Now the crown belongs to Queen Yumbers, but I want your verdict. Did Bohemian Rhapsody deserve number 1? Or is there another classic rock song that should have taken the crown? And be honest, which part do you sing loudest? The ballad, the opera, or the rock section? Drop your answer below. If this countdown brought back a classic you love, like the video, share it with another rock fan. And subscribe for more legendary songs, bands, albums, concerts, and unforgettable moments in rock history. Because this isn't just a countdown, it's a community of people who believe rock music should never be forgotten. Keep rocking.